Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer and I do all things embroidery. In today's video I'm going to show you how I make the yarn ball for the cat. So the cat has this cute little yarn ball that it's playing with, the string, and I decided to do a separate video on it because it's just like, I looked at the instructions and I'm like, oh my goodness. It's so tedious. You have to make cording, which I will actually link above in the cards, my cording tutorial. And we are stringing the cording all around the yarn, and I'm just going to show you how I did it. So I'm trying to remember how many strands I used. I think I used 2 strands doubled over to make 4. And then I grabbed an extra piece of string to loop one end because the other end is knotted, so the looped end I used as a way to kind of put my needle through, and I'm using the needle to wind my cording all the way around. And I'm being loose here, and I'm not going all the way towards the edge, because if I go all the way towards the edge with this really thick cording, then it will fray. So I'm giving myself a little bit of a seam allowance. I'd say roughly, I don't know, 1/8 maybe of an inch, possibly, guesstimate. Honestly, I just go by feel. And I think I made probably 4 or 5 pieces of cording. 3 or 4 of them go on the yarn ball, as you can see here. And a couple of them go on the actual stocking. So I'm going to take this strand of green, the same exact color, and I'm actually going to do a tack down stitch on every single one of these cordings. And I think I do like this little one, I'm just doing 1 tack down, and I'm trying really hard to just like get in between the cording and make sure you don't see the tack down stitch, so it really looks like a yarn ball. So I'm just going to go around to each little cording and place 1 or 2 tack down stitches onto each one. And take your time and go slow. You want it to look nice. And if you get to the point where you're finished with the yarn ball and you still see some stamps, just take the tip of your needle and rub the stamp off. It will come off fairly easily. If for some reason it still won't come off, use your fingernail or really small scissors and trim it off. Just make sure that you don't trim off any of your work, because that would be sad face. Okay, so I went all the way around, and it's kind of cool. Like, it looks like a yarn ball. There's my work in the back. And here's the backing. We're using some polyester fiberfill to give it a nice 3D effect. And we're going to applique the 2 pieces together using a dark green to match the yarn. And we're just using 1 strand here. Whoops. Okay. So let's try that again. My yarn fell off. Okay, so we're using the right color this time. I think I grabbed a lighter color on accident. So I was like, wait a minute. It doesn't match. So I'm grabbing the correct color thread, and I'm just going to push down the stuffing as well as the cording too, because I do have cording on the edge. And I'm just going to slowly go around and push it down as needed. Try not to get too many knots. And I'm trying not to grab that much on the edge. And make sure you don't accidentally grab your cording too. Okay, so I'm going to finish this. Okay, so I grabbed a pin and I just placed it where I wanted it. I make sure you use the picture as reference to position the yarn ball in the right position. So mine matches the picture. And I'm going to go around and do a tack down stitch. And the green cording that I have already on there, I forgot to film it, but I did that first. So you see that green cord going up the present and into the cat's paw. I just made a separate cording, and I came up from the bottom of the felt and just did a tack down stitch all the way up before I did the yarn ball. I don't know why I didn't film that first. Oh well. Sorry, I'm off camera here. I'm trying to position this correctly. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to figure this out here. It's kind of awkward with my camera so close. There we go. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I tacked it down where the dotted line was. So the dotted line is covered. And that's really hard to do when you've got very little workspace. Okay, I'm just moving the pin. You can see the yarn underneath the paw. Yeah. And again, refer to the picture. There we go. Refer to the picture to place the yarn. It doesn't have to be exact, just, similar or even different if you want to do it differently. Okay. And you could also rub off the stamp when you're done if it's still showing. Or if you don't mind it showing, that's fine too. Make sure you don't overstuff the yarn ball because it will make it harder to do a tack down stitch. Okay, so I'm going to hide my tail and I'm going to trim the excess. And I just love the way that this turned out. It looks so real. Super cute. Never thought of using cording to make a yarn ball. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you like all things embroidery. And check out the description box for all the materials that I used to make this particular stocking. And all my social media accounts if you want to follow me on social media. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!